Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am finally back, and as you can see, I have a fresh new island behind me. Well, I wouldn't say new. I've had this island for over a year, guys, and I just have not been really motivated to decorate at all. I had recorded an entrance video like a year ago, but yeah, things happened and I don't know, it was kind of a nightmare to edit, and I just never got it done, and I wasn't really 100% happy with that entrance. It was more like not even 50% happy. So I've torn everything down and we are starting fresh. So today, with my newfound motivation, I am going to be making an entrance. First, real quick, I would like to just show my map. Not a lot going on here, but this is Dew Point. It was originally going to be like a seaside city core kind of island, but I've changed my mind. I'm doing pastel city core again. I'm actually so excited for this island that I've spent the last few days making my own roads. I'm really proud of myself for this. I've always wanted to make my own roads, but I have never really had the patience. I cannot wait to start using them, so let's get started. This is the space that we have to work with. It's not bad. My resident services is kind of close to the entrance, but it's not too close. Don't mind my fossils here. I was seeing what might be good to decorate with. Those little rock-like ones are pretty cute. So my idea for the entrance is inspired by some that I've done on previous islands. I am going to be making something like a secondary airport. It can't be the actual airport because we already have one, so it's like an airport waiting area. Or we can say it's the airport, but yes, a little building where you wait before your flight. I of course want the front of it to look nice, so I've put down some planter boxes and tall fences, and I'm actually going to be lining the perimeter of the build with the dirt pathing. I'm experimenting a little bit. I want it to show up on my map. For the floors in this build, I made this really simple pink wood floor. I thought it would match really nicely with all of the white I was planning on using. I forgot to put it under the fences though, so I put down a wide display stand. This is what I'm going to be using for the walls, just to see if I could get away with it, but you could see a tiny sliver of green at the bottom, and it's so early on in the build, I may as well just fix it. Now I am placing the wide display stands, and in the middle of these two, I am going to be using the shorter display stands. I think it's just called display stand, and this will give the illusion of windows. I love using this method, especially because you can place stuff on the display stands, like a little drink or a book, or perhaps even a plant. Adding in small stuff like that can bring a lot of life to your build. How adorable are these seats? I am using some transit seats, customized with just a plain pink pattern. I really like how these look, and I think they really fit with the vibe that I'm going for. Okay, the non-airport airport is starting to come together quite nicely. However, we have a small issue. We don't have a ton of room on this side, and we're getting a little bit too close to resident services for what I had planned, so I need to flip everything around. It'll be good though. This just means that the window has to be on the left side along with the seats, and now I have an idea of what I'm going to put in that empty space on the left. So yeah, I'm just moving everything around right now, and I decided to extend the window by one space, just to give us a little bit more room. Now I'm making the walls on the right smaller, like how the left was. And I'm adding in a few decorations, adding in a plant and a steel trash can. And oh my gosh, Meringue has come to visit. Hello, she's checking things out. She's wondering what I'm up to. I put down a magazine rack. These are the travel brochures. And some vending machines, because you gotta have snacks while you're waiting. Also, check out this prize from a balloon that I just got. Recognize the color? I think it's a sign. I think Meringue needs a little bakery around here. I'm putting down some more dirt paths here, and some tiles here. More walls. Oh my gosh, she is running! I think, no, I could be wrong, but I think she's liking the airport. I think she wants a bakery nearby. I customized this display stand using the bus route sign from Nekuma. Technically, I feel like this should be displaying flights or something, but I'll be real, I was too lazy to draw something. I'm trying to fit this plant in here somewhere. I also tried messing around with the placement of vending machines, but I actually really like what I had at first. I was about to get a picture with Meringue, but villagers always seem to do this. When they're sitting on a bench and you sit next to them, most of the time they get up, and I feel like they hate me. Meringue secretly hates me. I want this space to be functional, so we've got an ABD, a trash can, and I tried to put a storage shed right here, but it was throwing things off a bit. So I ended up putting it, well, you'll see. In that display stand, I put a Dodo Airlines mug, and I was trying to drop a Nook Miles ticket on top of the ABD, but little did I know, you cannot do that. It kept going on that display stand in the corner. I tried moving them away from the ABD, but that didn't work either. Now I'm just adding in a few decorations, and then I think that's it for this part. Just kidding. There's one last thing that I need to do. I need to figure out this doorway. I knew for sure that I wanted to use these lights, but it needs a little something else. I tried putting a little fence here, but I honestly don't know what I thought it would do, so ignore that. I eventually put some taller fences behind the display stands, and I think that works. They kind of look like gates. Now that the inside of the build is done, I am moving on to the outside area. I'm laying down some tiles first, getting a feel for how I want the layout to be. By the way, I tucked that storage shed back here so that it's hidden but still easily accessible. So as for what I'm putting on the left, I figured a fake airport should have a fake parking lot, so that's what I'm building next. Again, I'm starting off by placing down some tiles, just to figure out the layout. Dobie is also here. He's just chilling under a tree working out. I love that villagers will just like show up in the middle of whatever you're doing and act like nothing is happening. It's just a normal day for them. Anyway, I realized I needed a little bit more space here for the cars, so I extended the parking lot by one and the spacing felt a lot better. Now it's time to add in the cars. And I'm also adding some utility poles. As I mentioned earlier, I made my own roads for this island. This was my first time making one this detailed, and it took me like 2 whole days, but honestly, worth it. They really fit the vibe that I'm going for, and I'm just so happy with how they came out. Hopefully I'll have uploaded them by the time this video goes up, so I'll have my creator code in the description if you would like to use them. Also, like always, I'll make a Google Doc with all of the codes for the designs that I've used on this island. I haven't used many yet, but if there's a design here that you're looking for, definitely check it out, it'll be in the description. Now I'm going back over to the right side just to tidy things up a bit. I covered up the dirt pathing, added another utility pole, and then I filled in the area around the tree with a bush, a flower, and a couple fences just to make it feel a bit more complete for now. Now back to the parking lot. I am putting fences all around this thing. This is going to really help separate it from the beach. Speaking of the beach, I intentionally left a little gap at the bottom there. It took a bit to make it look right, but I left a little gap down there just so that you can still access the beach. I mainly did this because my house is right there, and I would have had to walk all the way around the fences every time I wanted to get to the main part of my island, so yeah. Now I'm going to work on the main part of the road. I super sped this part up, partly because it just took forever, but also I know it's not the most exciting thing to watch, but I still wanted to include all of it because I don't always know what I'm doing, I don't always have a clear plan, and I think it's helpful to show the full process, even if it's all over the place, because more often than not, that's how you build. As you can see, I went with a roundabout here. Having a straight road just run directly into the parking lot road didn't really make sense. The first version of it was way too small, so you saw that I made it bigger, and I also added a center to it. I need to figure out something to put here, so let me know if you have any ideas. Now I'm moving this part of the road up a few spaces so that it lines up with the roundabout. I am finally placing the crosswalk. I know I moved it around a lot, but this is its final placement, I swear. Alright, and with that, Dew Point's entrance is complete. Let me give you a little tour. First up, we have the non-airport airport. I really love the color palette here. Color palette is just pink and white, but still, very good, I like it. It's a nice and functional spot. We've got the trash can, the ABD there, and if you remember, the storage shed is hidden behind that wall behind the vending machines. And over here we've got the parking lot, with access to the beach of course. My lovely house down here. And then, of course, the main road with the roundabout. I probably put a little note in the video somewhere, but ignore Nook's cranny being there. She is not staying there. Not much going on this side yet. We've got resident services pretty close by, so I'm thinking of just putting a road here that like comes down and goes in front of resident services, but we will see. And yeah, that's it. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, it would mean a lot if you could leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos. I hope you all have a lovely day or night. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!